Welcome to the show that teaches you the things your parents and teachers are too afraid to, the Helios blog. Today, Kevin Samuels asks, should modern women focus on themselves?
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
You need a husband. Unless you're going to the law school. And at 27, sociology, and you had a relationship in 3 years, cool. What's next?
Buy a dog and die alone.
I don't have a next. Now,
Indeed.
Okay, at least you're honest.
now
How tall are you?
Because I'm 5'5", well 5'6", yeah, 5'6".
5'6"? Dress size?
Yeah. I wear 12 in dresses, so I weigh about
Do 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 do.
180 pounds. I think last time I weighed myself, I was 187 pounds.
There it is.
Definitely. But I used to be 260 pounds when I was in that relationship. So I definitely have, I guess.
I like that she talks by like constantly moving her head and her hands. It's very enjoyable to watch.
Gotten a little better.
Okay. All right. Let me come back to that. You know everything I'm going to say. What would I say right now?
In these 3 years, why haven't I been focusing way more?
Well, do you ever want to get married?
Definitely. Definitely.
Do you want children?
Yeah, I want like 6 kids. Crazy.
Okay.
Huh. I want a big family. I've always imagined a big family. But
you have ghetto behavior, and so no man that you actually want is choosing you.
I'm late. I'm definitely late.
No. See, y'all don't sound like y'all take life seriously.
Indeed.
Right.
A woman who said she was 260 pounds, now you're down to 190. You're getting a sociology degree at 27, and you talking about you want 6 kids? You sound like kids who are making out your Christmas list. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want. But it's not serious because everybody has a sexual marketplace value. It's a credit rating. It's an amount of money you get to spend on the marketplace. It's what you can afford. Men have it, women have it. Can you afford a man that can afford 6 children?
Definitely not.
Is your sexual marketplace value high enough to afford a man who can provide for a wife and 6 children?
Well, no, but granted, I will work. Like, I'm not one of those women that's be like, I'll put in 10%. Like, I definitely want to contribute to my household. Not only
what percentage of the family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
0.
For a lifetime, I mean, I'll say at least 40 to, not to say I want to go half with him, but I definitely take up at least 40 to 50% because
40.
That means you'll have to work forever.
So meaning, if you stop bringing in income for any reason, the family is in serious financial jeopardy.
You're right.
Is that what you're saying? You want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? Think about that question. Basically says, what do you want to have to contribute? Meaning, if it's not there, what's at risk? So now, under those framings, what do you want to have to be responsible for financially for the family for a lifetime?
I'll take that back. Give me, I guess the normal answer, 10 to 15 to 20%.
What state do you live in?
There you go.
Women, we do
What
have
state do
a
you
lot
live
more.
in? What state do you live in?
I live in Georgia, Atlanta.
How much would a man need to make to afford a wife, 6 children in Atlanta?
At least 500,000. At least.
I'm gonna assume at least 800K or to a.
Yes, but what you don't understand is that kind of money puts you in like the top 99.95 percentile. Men like that don't exist unless they're like, what? 70 years old? Like, they don't exist.
But the thing is, I really can't explain it. Like, I'm not looking at the dollar amount, I guess, because
you're an idiot.
Watch my.
Of course you're not, because
We get it.
you got to fucking spend it.
Yeah, you're right.
Ma'am.
You're right.
No cap.
No cap.
There's no nice way to ask this question. There's no nice way.
Are you an idiot? No cap.
At 800,000, what kind of professions would a man need to have to make $800,000 a year?
I'm gonna assume at least a lawyer, accountant. He has to be an engineer.
No, they don't make that. They make way less.
Probably that. Shoot, at this point, an entertainer. You have
Indeed.
like, now that I think about it, for 800K, because they're not even making that a year. So, yeah.
You're not finding that guy. That guy's not committing to you.
I want to go back to what I said 5 minutes ago. You're not serious. You're laughing. I mean, I'm asking you serious life questions. You're like an attorney, a lawyer, an accountant. What accountants do you know that are almost millionaires?
Almost none. Even investment bankers don't make that much.
Well, I was thinking more like a business, like somebody, into really high business. I mean, my cousin's into business, and I know that he's bringing in at least half of $1 million. So I'm.
How old is your cousin?
Well, now I think he's 42 or 42.
And what does your cousin do for a living?
Well, he works for Primerica, so yeah. And they just
and
hit
you've seen his
their
paychecks?
500. Well, I know because they have levels in Primerica.
You've
so
seen his
once you
paychecks?
get,
You've seen his paychecks?
So he's in a inversed funnel scheme?
No, but they
You've seen his paychecks? No, ma'am, I know Primerica very well. I have a lot of respect for Primerica. You've seen his paychecks?
No.
Okay.
Probably doesn't make 800,000.
Yeah.
What?
No, I haven't.
What professions, careers would a man need to do? You said an attorney. What percentage of attorneys? What kind of attorney do you think would make $800,000 a year?
Almost none.
What kind of practice? Huh? What kind of practice?
I would definitely say defense. Definitely defense.
Defense is just.
Or no. I'll say what is the one when they do wills, like probate or something like that? What's the one when they do like the wills, like when the big guys like pass over?
Okay.
Those people.
Okay. Tax, probate.
Something like that.
Probably not.
Something like that.
Okay. And why I'm asking these questions is because I need you ladies out here to understand that women like I'm talking to and like so many, you guys have just been able to you've been given a menu and said, order whatever you want. And you don't think about the cost. You don't think about anything. So this means a lot of you don't think about family planning or financial structures or anything else. So when I start asking you questions about the man, it's like, you can't even tell me what kind of law. Most attorneys don't make nowhere close to 800,000.
No.
Personal injury, corporate tax, but very few Family, very, very few.
There's probably like 100 lawyers in the world that make that kind of money. Probably. Out of all of them, and there's millions.
And what percentage of men make $800,000 or more, do you think?
Well, I would take that. I'm not even going to say that they need to make. I feel like 800,000 kind of like.
Ma'am, we're not going to change the number. We got the number. You just can't change it because it's starting to get uncomfortable. You said 6 kids in Atlanta, and you ain't going to be living in East Point.
Right.
So don't change it. And the thing is, what percentage of men do you think earn that kind of money?
Almost none. 1 out of, what, 100,000 or something? Something very small. And they're choosing your tattooed visage? No way.
I say at least in Atlanta, I'm definitely under 10%, under 5%. Under 5%.
What percentage?
I say 5. I say 5%.
Way under.
If the number is 800K.
No, ma'am. You're talking 10% of men earn $100,000 or more. You're talking about top 5%. You're talking about in the 0.1%. So, see, when I ran that number about single black millionaires, you're talking less than 200,000 men nationwide.
It's basically nobody. Kevin is one.
Around 200,000 men. And here's where it gets really hard, where it gets extremely hard. You don't have to know the profession. How old are you? 27? What's the oldest you would want your man to be?
30 something? That's like 10 men.
No older than 40. No older than 40.
So you want almost a millionaire man at 40 years old.
It's almost nobody in the world.
Well,
ma'am, it is what it is. I'm not judging it. I'm just saying this is how irrational.
Well, I was really answering the question about 800K for 6 kids. Honestly,
well, that's what you said you wanted.
But I wouldn't, of course, like, be looking for a guy to make an 800K. Like, that's not kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you want to make it, but you don't want to pay more than 10% of the family financial load, and you do want children.
Right.
Do you want to marry an average man earning $41,000
No chance.
a year? $20.50 an hour?
No, that's no. Definitely.
Except you're average.
Ma'am, you're 5'7", 187 pounds, down from 260. What would you rank yourself? Fresh face out of the shower, you can't use 7. Your natural face. Your natural hair.
This is definitely my natural face. I give myself at least a 7, 8.
No chance.
8.
I said you can't use 7.
Okay, 8. Definitely an 8.
So you put
No.
yourself up there with Beyonce.
Yeah.
No.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
She's that delusional.
Well, we don't. You are 5. You're average. You're a solid 5.
I guess it's all up to the person.
No, that's why you're single. Because the guys you want don't want you.
No, it's not. See, the difference is most people have opinions. I'm trained in this stuff.
Right.
You can think highly of yourself, ma'am, but have you seriously dated a man earning $200,000 or more?
Never.
Legally. No. Have you dated a man making $150,000 or more legally?
My ex, he made, but like I said, it didn't work. It didn't work. So.
Okay. So why do you think you can get 4 or 5 times more several years later?
You can't.
See, the ultimate question I was going to ask is, do you think you or a woman like you is a worthy prize wife for a man that's in the top 1%?
No. Her and her ghetto slang. Multi-tarts.
He's got to do a lot to be in that income bracket.
Right.
So, do you fit that?
No, no, no.
Okay.
No.
So, but at least you got that now. But the question is, you give yourself an 8. Right up there with Beyonce. I mean, if we put your face and Beyonce's face next to one another, you're saying 50% of the men would say, I want her. 50% of the men would say they want Beyonce. That's what you're saying to the audience. That's when you say you put yourself up there with her, man.
Honestly, I really wouldn't care what somebody would rank my face or, you know.
But see, that can't be the
It doesn't matter if you don't care. That's the point.
answer. That can't be the answer. That's the part of the problem. You ladies don't care, but you freaking gotta care.
Yep.
Because you ladies judge men all the time. But when we start stop. Why wouldn't you care what men want? If you want one of these men to pay for you and the kids.
Crickets.
I'm trying to make it make sense. Because you're going to tell me I wouldn't care what they think. So should a man roll up to you? I don't care what you think about me making $41,000 a year. Shit. Submit to me and go make my babies. And what I'm trying to show you guys, I'm not trying to humiliate anybody. What I'm trying to show you guys is the difference in what women have been told. That they can have it all. And you don't have to care about a man. And what I want. City girls, we up and da-da-da. Get the bag. And that's what this leads to. To
freaking disaster.
Young women valuing themselves extremely high based upon little more than ego and personal pride. And you start trying to put some things to it that for a market, and then it looks like I'm tearing people down. But yet you do the same thing to men. I do have a question though. Why would you not be okay with an average man,
because she's been taught that women are superior to men. So why would she ever submit?
Earning, what do you do for? You say you want to get a degree in sociology, right?
Very special and different from other girls, by the way.
You get a degree in sociology. Okay.
Very special. And different.
So you'll be in HR or something like that, right?
Yes, I'm actually an intern now with my job for.
Okay, HR professional. Can you not hear me?
Very different.
Yeah, I can hear you. You said HR.
HR professional.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't nod your head. You just got to answer. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You got to be audible.
HR.
We got to show. You can't. Okay, so that means you're going to be earning between $40,000 and $60,000 a year. That's the average, around 50,000.
So she has a tattoo on her shoulder that says Yvette. Does she have a kid?
Why can't you get with a man who's average earning too?
Honestly, that's what I was. Honestly, that's why I was saying 800K was kind of high because
you don't understand what the average earning of a man is. It's just like girls don't understand what an average like rocket size is or what the average height is of a man. They don't understand.
I feel like even with me making, let's say, about 50 to 60K, and then he's making another, even if he was making like 80K, 90K.
No, not 80. Not 80.
80 is huge. 80 is like 85th percentile.
80, not 80. 80 is in the top 15%. I said 41, average.
As I said, 85th percentile, top 15%.
I don't know. I guess I guess it depends on the person.
No, it
like,
doesn't.
Of course.
Because see, what you're doing right now is you're sitting
Let's rationalize in any way.
there trying not to offend men, but ultimately saying you will be settling for a man earning average money.
Yep.
I kind of don't want to be making more than my husband, though. Of course not. I don't want to make it
Well,
unmasculine.
hold on. You're not guaranteed to make more. HR people earn 40 to 60 where you are. And if I can pull up the numbers in Atlanta, it's going to be around 42. And here's the problem. And here's the problem with that. If you don't want to make it more, no, don't overtalk me. If you don't want to make more, then you should have got married early.
Indeed.
This is what women often do. I don't want to be making more than my husband, yet you guys wait too long to where you're earning too much. You ain't earning nothing yet. But I want to know from all my average men out there why why they aren't good enough.
No, I never said they were. I never said they wasn't good.
Okay,
enough.
then why guys like that wouldn't be fit? Whatever it is, man. When I asked you, would you be willing to marry a man making $41,000? You definitively said no 3 times. So when we come back in here and talk about what they got to do and split hairs, you didn't make those concessions back then. This conversation is helping people, whether it's comfortable or not. It really is.
Right.
Because I want you to understand that your non-black counterparts don't do this. White women get with average white men. Hispanic women get with average Hispanic men. Middle Eastern, Asian, other, they get with average men, especially average. We got women in our community who, you were a large woman at one point, and even losing weight, you're still bigger than a man. You know that. Okay? You've got no children. You would give yourself, from a pride standpoint, an 8. Cool. I give you closer to a 5. All right.
Indeed.
Right. No. Either way, you're not. Anyway, I don't want to split that hair. I don't want to go down that path because it go too. But either way, it puts you around the average to above average category. There are men who would say you're below average based upon your weight. I'm gonna be honest. There are men who would say you're below average based upon your weight, and then the tattoos and all the other kind of stuff. But I'm not making those judgments. My thing is, you seem to want men who are outside of what a lot of men would perceive as a sexual marketplace value.
Yeah, it's what's it called? The men that you want don't want you, and then you wonder why you're single, that sort of thing.
And then when I ask you about that, the answer I recall you saying is you don't care what they think.
Well, I was saying I don't care what they think as far as my looks. Like if somebody was to be like, oh, I feel like she's a 5, or I feel like she's like, that does not bother me because I'm not sleeping.
Doesn't matter.
Sleeping with those people that think about.
You get what you draw on the market. So it doesn't matter what you think of yourself.
That about me, or I don't even care what they think about me because I'm never going to see those people. So I don't.
Okay, well, okay, but so my retort to that.
But they see you and reject you.
That is, there are men in the marketplace. What men do you care about then? The man you would want, right?
Yeah, the man I want one, not somebody that's just gonna troll me on the internet.
Ma'am, it's not about a man trolling you on the internet. And the men that you would want have higher standards than the men you find that you think are trolling you.
Indeed.
That's the point. The men that I'm talking about are just a cross section of men, average men. But you want an above average or an elite level man. And those men want even more. So if you don't care what the guys who are trolling you ain't worth your time, are you what the men you want? Are you what they want from a woman?
You gotta offer what the men that are actually that you want. That's the principle. We already know this.
I definitely have work to do. Let me say,
I
still have more work.
If you've got work to do,
why price yourself at an 8 then?
That's always the question. If you got work to do, if there are women that are already there,
it's over.
And it's crowded up there. And this is what men. Why are you so why do you have to get one of those? Why can't you get a man that's already on the level you're at right now?
Because she wouldn't be satisfied, because she's seen it on TV that girls can, or on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, that girls can get guys like that, and therefore she has to have one too. Because it's the keeping up with the Joneses on crack.
Because if you're saying you not, so what you are saying is, I'm not up there yet. That's what I think we're both hearing you say. Am I right? You said I got work to do, which means I'm not there yet.
Right. I still feel like I definitely want
hold
to
on.
more weight.
If you're not there yet, that means I still got work to do.
Yep.
Yes or no?
Correct.
Right. But where you are right now, would you accept a man where you are right now?
Definitely not. Again, hypergamy knows no bounds, right? And then plus ridiculous social media, online dating, and etc. expectations. All right. We're going to end the video there. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all the notifications, drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom and Bobby, Dylan, Restos, Press, Brian, Andrew, Allen. Shout out to you, most recent purchaser of Strategist Guide to Seduction. Go buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. If you want early access to my videos, I do offer it on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/theheliosblog. And if you'd like me to give you better advice than these girls ever could, good advice like Kevin Samuels, just message me at theheliosblog@gmail.com. I offer coaching services. Thank you so much for listening, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.